Hello guys, my name is Alden Gunder, and my team and I are representing Citronaut Construction and the University of Central Florida. We're here presenting on the Fred D. Thompson United States Courthouse and Federal Building located in the heart of Nashville, Tennessee. We plan on bringing our 15 years experience and government work, our #1 ranking in quality in the Southeast United States, and our project teams dedicated to site efficiency, safety, and quality. We're also dedicated to the LEED environmental gold standard set by the owner of the building. Out in the field, the leaders make up the dream team. I, the project manager, Alden Gunder, will be managing and updating the schedule, allocating activity costs, and managing the project budget, along with the overall coordination and control of the project through the duration.
Hey guys and girls, good morning. My name is Jacob Leipheimer. I will be your lead superintendent. Some of my responsibilities is to coordinate all job site activities, implement quality control plan, and conduct daily production planning board meetings.
Good morning all. I'm Matthew Sullivan. I'll be the safety manager on this project. My responsibilities are safety training, pre-tasks, safety analysis meetings, managing daily safety reports, and investigating on-site accidents.
Good morning. My name is Walter Paniagua. I am the lead estimator for the Dream Team, and my responsibilities are to evaluate bid documents and specifications. I am responsible for the overall pricing of the estimate and creating an estimate that accommodates all the drawings provided by the owner. I'll also talk a little bit about the breakdown of the estimate. The total cost of the estimate came in at $157,137,337. This includes an owner's contingency of $6.1 million. Our bonds are $3.6 million. Contractor fee is $12.2 million. Our general conditions are $12.8 million. Due to the fact that the building encompasses large architectural features, the most expensive and largest scopes of work are the superstructure, which came in at $20.8 million. The exterior enclosure came in at $22.3 million, and MEPs came in at $23.3 million. Now I will hand it over to our project manager, Alden, to talk a little bit about the schedule.
Hello guys. Once Citronaut Construction has been awarded the project, the owner gave us the notice to proceed on April 23rd, 2020. And we decided that we would be ready to have the project turned back over to the owner on October 31st, 2021. This gives us a project duration of 586 calendar days to finish the project. To help build the schedule, we utilize tools like Oracle Primavera or P6 to build the schedule from the bottom up. We also hired a full-time scheduler to work with the project manager to get the project started in the right direction. And we also assigned our lead superintendent to be in charge of the product planning boards, which allows us not only to coordinate our team, but coordinate our subs out in the field. And with such a large project, this tool really helps us stay organized, and on a day-to-day basis, we're able to communicate and know where each sub is going to be, even if we have multiple subs on the same trade. This really allows us to keep them organized and coordinated so that we can hit our milestones and hit our final deadline. Our milestones will begin mobilization on April 28th, 2020, where we'll move into the site and earthwork. We'll complete the foundations on July 24th, 2020. We'll begin the steel erection and precast erection, or hopefully will be dried in on May 4th, 2021. And we'll finish up the project with the finishes and be ready for punch out by October 26, 2021, and do our final inspections and testing on October 27th, 2021, before we turn the building back over to the owner on October 31st, 2021, where the owner will hire a new contractor to finish floors 2 through 6. Now we have Jake Liefermer, our lead superintendent, to talk on site logistics.
Thanks, Alden. So our team proposed to have a 3-phase site logistic plan. Phase 1 being demolition site utilization plan, Phase 2 superstructure site utilization plan, and Phase 3 hardscape and landscape site utilization plan. Next slide, please. So to get the ball rolling with Phase 1 demolition site utilization plan, our team proposed to have a one directional 2 vehicle gate flow labeled in the red boxes, main gate 1 in the north and main gate 2 in the south. We'll have 2 personal gates on the east and west side of the project site labeled in the dark green box. And our portable restrooms will be located in the northwest center of the project, and all of our dumpsters will be in the center of our project to utilize its utilization. Next slide, please. Transitioning into Phase 2 superstructure site utilization plan, our team proposed to have now 4 main vehicle gates, still labeled in the red in the north, east, south, and west side of our project. Still with 2 personal gates on the east and west side, where all employees will be using these personal gates, which the employees will be parking at the public library garage located in the northwest corner off of the off-site of the project site. Our team proposed to have a more safe crane path, as you can see labeled in the blue dash lines. Our team proposed to have our concrete trucks, our form of deliverables, is to have it on the outside with 2 designated pump stations labeled in the light blue. This is where our concrete trucks can come up, dump the concrete at the pump stations, and the pumps can get the concrete to where it is needed anywhere on the job site. Since we are self-performing the concrete, we would like to have the most efficient and maximization way. Also with the pump station, there will be 2 washout stations for the trucks, so the trucks can dump, wash out, and get back going to the plant. We hope this will allow for a more safe and more efficient crane usage and crane paths. Also for the cranes, we have 3 designated laydown areas where all material being delivered can be laid down, and the cranes can have the most safest and most optimal location of getting materials and getting them to where they need to be. On the south end of our project site, we'll have more dumpsters, and below that we'll have our subcontractors labeled in the light green box, and below that will be us, the general contractor trailers, and still in the west side will be our portable restrooms. Next slide, please. And then transitioning into our final Phase 3 hardscape and landscape site utilization plan. Our main change we will have now 5 main vehicle gates still labeled in the red, and still 2 personal gates on the east and west side. We will leave 1 concrete pump station and washout for any concrete work that needs to be done for hardscaping. Our subcontractor trailers would be moved out by this time. Our dumpsters would be moved to the east side, and our general contractor trailers will be moved to the west side. And this wraps up our site logistics. I will also be talking about quality control. So our team proposed to do a quality control processes of 8 steps. First step being the procurement. This is when us, the quality control team, will examine all relevant documents and to become more acquainted with it. So for any milestones or hit times that we need to hit, we'll make sure we're on top of that, getting our scheduling done. The next process is subcontractor verification. This is where us will be choosing our subcontractors and making sure they're up to speed on the quality, the procedures, safety, and making sure they meet our standards and also the owner's standards. We'll be having proprietary meetings. These are weekly coordination meetings between the quality management team and the project management team, and also with any necessary subcontractors, that to go over any scheduling issues, upcoming work, or if anything needs to be, brought up to speed, if they're working multiple projects, get them up to speed and schedule progression. Next will be first work inspection and review. This is a plan in place to have eyes on the work starting and the material being delivered. This is where we want to make sure we're getting the right material, photo documentations, any deficiencies we want to, mark down, or if we have any offsite prefabrications, we're checking up on those, making sure they're on schedule to be delivered when they need to be delivered. Next, we'll be having monitoring. This is the on-site walkthrough, like eyes on, to ensure that the daily schedules are being met. Construction is being completed to our standards and also the owner's standards. And to take any note of any on-the-field issues or anything that we need to present to the project team, or notify any architects, engineers, owners, etc. After the monitoring process, we will form a punch list. This is a list of items gathered through a substantial walkthrough, usually conducted with an owner representative, quality manager, and the project team, marking down all deficiencies or unfinished work or quality issues, or any extra work that the owner would like us to self-perform, or if he would like to self-perform himself. After the punch list, we'll have an exit strategy. This is a meeting between the owner representative, project team, quality control manager. This is to verify that all the items on the punch list was completed and met to the owner's standards, or if there's needing of any revision or any corrections for the pre-approved specifications or drawings or quality standards. And then our last process leads us to the final review and submission. This is when we will notify the contracting office at a minimum of 14 days to final inspection, with the assurance that all follow-up inspections and work conform to the project specifications are met, and the owner is, owner's very satisfied, and anything else he needed, we let him know. Our quality control motto is to plan, execute, check, and review. This wraps up quality control. Following me would be Matthew Sullivan talking about our safety plan.
Thank you. Here at Citronut Construction, we value safety above all. Our goal is to send everyone home the same as they came in. To meet this goal, we have identified our 5 primary safety concerns for this project. They are hazards associated with steel and precast erection, fall hazards, backing hazards, caught in or caught between hazards, and workers' mental and physical health with relations to COVID-19. To combat these and other common safety issues, we will be implementing activity hazard analyses, crane and hoisting plans, abatement and demolition plans, and our COVID-19 safety protocol, which includes temperature checks at every entrance, mandatory mask wearing, social distancing when necessary, and extra wash stations. This concludes safety. Next will be Alden Gunder with site and lead scorecard.
Hello guys again. For the lead and site scorecards, I selected 2 sections, or 1 section from each scorecard, of which I thought was most important to this project. For the lead scorecard, we scored 60, which enabled us to achieve the gold standard that the owner wanted. In order for us to achieve this gold standard, we have to work closely with the architect and the owner through the pre-construction phase of the project. Reviewing certain materials and technologies that in factories use less hazardous materials, produce energy or use energy at a more efficient rate, implementing a new technological HVAC system that works more efficiently than, let's say, the years past. Also, the on-site renewable energy. Work with the owner on implementing a possible solar panel energy system that would help save the building 3% energy over the course of the year. For the site scorecard, we scored a 91, which gave us the silver standard. And I chose the human health and well-being because I believe that for the quality of the project to thrive and also the community to thrive, human health and well-being is very important. And Citronut Construction also hired a full-time mental health counselor who will arrive at the job site time to time to check in on employees, to check in on subcontractors, and evaluate the overall health of the project. With that being said, this concludes our presentation and opens the court up to questions. Thank you.
All right, well, thank you for that. That was a great presentation. You guys had it timed perfect there, right at 15 minutes exactly. So
Thank you.
good job. We've got a whole bunch of questions for you. I'll kind of lead off with the first one, and then we'll just go through the judges panel kind of round robin. So one of the questions that I had was that you had noted some innovative technology that you can bring to the product to use on it. And one of them you had referenced was hollow building. I guess that's a platform. Can you just take a minute to elaborate on what hollow building is and how that would be a benefit to the project?
Hollow building would be more like choosing certain types of installations that keep the energy of the building, keeps more of the energy from the sun out of the building, and will help keep the building cooler through the duration of the year, which ends up helping the HVAC system use less energy. Does anybody else want to add to that?
No, I think pretty much it is just an energy saving system. It's supposed to reduce natural resources.
Okay, great. That's a good answer. Thank you. That helps clear it up for me. Amanda and team, do you guys have any questions you want to lead into?
Yeah, I got a question. I think on your estimate, you said you have a $6.1 million contingency. What do you anticipate using that amount of money for on this project?
We plan to use that for any change orders that might come up during the phase of the project. I know that our motto is to problem solve and to attack problems as they come up and to keep the schedule moving along. So we plan to use that as a sort of cushion to provide the owner with the needs that they desire, as well as to not impact our schedule too much, to be able to deliver the project at a timely and professional manner to the quality that we strive for.
Good answer. Second question on your staff. So you went through your team there, and you have a 4-person dream team, which is awesome. Do you guys think your team overall is going to grow? Will your staff size be bigger throughout the duration of the project than just the 4 of you?
Our staff size for the project is fairly large. In our GCs, we hired multiple superintendents, a full-time safety manager, along with a safety assistant, several project managers. We believe that this large-scale project is going to need a team far larger than our 4-person leaders. We put those 4 in charge as the leaders for the project for each section of the management section. So the management side, the superintendent side, along with the safety and quality. We believe that those 4 team members can coordinate and bring together a larger team that consists of about 14 or 15 Citronaut construction employees.
Cool.
Hey guys, this is Joanna. So a couple questions for you. Just to taper off what Amanda asked. So with that contingency, does all the savings from that go back to the owner? Is that a shared savings?
Yes, the contingency would go back to the owner when and if there was any leftover.
Okay, and then going through your phasing plans for your Site U, the first phase, where did you plan on housing the staff? I didn't see any trailers on there through the upfront construction. So it'd be both housing your staff and then also the owners and owners rep.
Yes, Joan, I think I can answer this. That is a very good question. I think we may have just overlooked that. We would definitely like to have the subcontractor trailers and us general contractors in the phase 1 demolition site utilization plan. I guess that was something we just overlooked real quick, but yeah, absolutely, there would be trailers for, demolition site utilization plan.
To
Great,
add
thank
to
you.
that I'll add to that real quick. During the site demolition plan is a much smaller scope of work during phase 1, and we didn't believe that it would be necessary to have a trailer on site, even though we could use one. We didn't, kind of like Jake said, we looked past it. But there won't be that many subcontractors or management on the site during that time, since the demolition phase is quite small.
Yes, I guess I could caveat off of that. I guess in phase 1 would be the transitioning of, start thinking about getting the trailers in on site after we get the foundation set and we clear everything out. So that's another reason why we also went with trailers in phase 2.
Okay, thank you.
Hey guys, a couple questions. So you guys talked about some self-perform work. Are you guys planning on, first question is, planning on self-performing both the foundations and the slab-on metal deck?
Hold on, I think you're muted if you're trying to start.
Yeah. We will be performing the slab-on metal deck and the foundations. The only thing we'll not be providing is the cast-in-place concrete panels. Those will be supplied to us by an outside supplier or manufacturer, and we will be self-performing everything else concrete-wise.
Okay. So with that being said, then do you guys plan to have different supervision, because your foundations and your slab-on metal deck will be happening at the same time on different parts of the building? We have different people running that work?
Correct. I believe that we have hired on or implemented enough staff for this project to accommodate the concrete work along with the other work that's going on during that time. We've also hired our own crane operating team and safety team for that portion of the project. So they'll be kind of doing their own separate thing while we have other members of our team working at several different sectors of the project.
Okay, great.
So I got just one quick question on your small business participation. You guys said 15% is what you're committed to achieving, which is actually 5% over the required 10% target. How do you guys plan to make that 15%?
So in order to reach that 15%, we'll begin in our pre-construction phase. Through our 15 years experience, we've been able to develop relationships with minority or minority-owned companies. This has enabled us to develop relationships and work with them and have a company or know their accountability. So when we want to do a big project like this, we can invite them to bid and invite them to participate in the project, knowing that we may not be lacking them and we know what they're credible of, and that way we'll be able to hire greater percentages of minority-owned companies as the years go on, and so that enables us to kind of pick and choose and not be cornered into picking somebody or a company that we may not know. These are companies that we have had relationships and worked with before, and that way we can promise that number at the beginning of the project.
Very good.
A follow-up question to that. So from what I understand, you guys are based in Florida. So with the Nashville market, do you have those relationships already built with the local subcontracting community, or are you planning on trying to bring folks up?
Our goal is to develop new relationships within the community in Nashville, but we also want to bring contractors that are available from Florida to come up and try new horizons in the north, in Tennessee. to allow not only for our company to grow north, but also for our subcontractors to grow as well. So we are opening up the court to inviting companies from down south that we know down in Florida to come up and work with us, along with inviting new companies that are already established in that area.
To caveat off of that, also, been on the team last year, but Centronaut Construction did take a job out west in Long Beach area of California. So it's nothing new for going to a different area of location and building, trust and foundations with other subcontractors. So it's something that Centronaut Construction hasn't seen before.
Thank you.
Looking back through your guys' schedule, looks like you have the north wing and the south wing drying at the same time. But we don't have the exterior glazing finishing until after that. How is the building going to be dry if the glazing's not done? What's your plan there?
Thanks for calling out a mistake in our schedule, but in order to accommodate that issue, we could use temporary sealant on the windows for a short period of time until we're able to get that glass ordered. And this kind of accommodates an issue. Let's say the glass was back ordered. We've enabled a plan to where we can actually dry in the building without having the glazing or the windows done yet.
Okay.
This is Tommy. I'm going to just piggyback on that question again real quick. So it sounds like you have some temporary measures planned for that. Are those captured in your budget? We're not going to expect any change orders or anything or increases to your number to accommodate that temporary, Brian?
Yes, we have accounted for those not issues, but solutions to the project. As things always come up in the projects, we have a number in there to protect us from any issues like that.
And it also
And if you're,
go ahead.
I was going to say, if you're able to pull the glazing schedule forward and you don't need that temporary protection, is that contingency or credit money that we could expect back as the owner to help get us closer to our budget?
Yes, absolutely. That is something that we have accounted for, and we will definitely work with the owner.
All right. Thank you for that. We've got time for one more quick question as we wrap up.
I'll kind of ask a question real quick. What do you guys see as the biggest risk on this project, and how can we go mitigate it?
COVID.
Matt, you're muted.
That would be COVID-19 right now. And to help mitigate it, we have our COVID-19 protocol, and also we have money in the contingency that can help if there are delays in ordering or receiving material.
Okay.
All right. Well, I
Also,
appreciate it. We are, go ahead.
I was going to say acts of God. For example, if a tornado or a nearby tornado or a snowstorm was to go by, we believe that the way that we've designed the site logistics and the way the building is designed, that the structure should be able to withstand those type of effects even during a time like that. We think this building and the construction process is designed to where we can withstand large storms, weather, and diseases that may be brought during the duration of the project.
All right. Well, thanks for that. Appreciate all your time. That does bring us to our time limit, so we're going to have to close for now. But from all the judges and everyone at ABC, we want to thank you guys for sticking through this. Your efforts are definitely recognized, sticking through it through the spring, our change of format, and then taking the time over your summer to come back and put this presentation together to work on it before school even kind of gets back in session and everything. So definitely commend you for that. We'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I'm sorry, not tomorrow, later today for the debrief. We'll let Amanda and her team during that time give you kind of a deep dive of the project, how it really went down, and give you guys a chance to ask us some questions. So thanks for your time, and we'll see you later.
Thank you, everybody. Really appreciate it.
Great job, guys.